CrazyMoving, you will see him again next season in the NASL. And Darkforce, that's saddens me quite a bit, and I think German fans as well, is unfortunately already eliminated from the NASL since he has a 1-6 record.
Yeah, a little bit surprising. He's been one of the more consistent representatives of the European scene in the North American Star League, and he's not going to be back next season unless, of course, he comes and wins one of the open tournaments. We held an open tournament yesterday, and we'll be showing you some of those games this weekend.
And I'm excited to do that.
We know the result, but we can't tell you guys, because then why would you bother tuning in? We're going to have to keep you on the edges of your seats. So
unless you follow us on Twitter and Facebook when we accidentally posted it.
I will tell you this, though, it was a huge tournament. Players like Dong Regu competed, and the result is excellent. So be sure to tune in.
Yes. So yeah, last but not least, what you just said about Darkforce, Ben, I couldn't agree more, because what we almost forget is that Darkforce was at the NASL Season 1 finals, and he was the only non-Korean, together with Sen, to make it past the first round. And then you can really see that, despite what some people think, some people said like, well, now in Season 2, they have some weak links in it and stuff. Well, if you compare Season 1, Season 2 maybe got a little bit harder. Then Season 3, people said, okay, the Koreans are back, it's a little bit tougher, but I'm not sure yet. A player like Darkforce, who's been doing well, was at the finals of Season 1, is now going 1-6, Ben.
Yeah, it's sad for German fans, and it's sad for European fans and for foreign fans in general. But it also speaks a lot to how much the scene has developed, how much better players have gotten. Darkforce, always a contender inside of Europe, but not actually able to get through here. Just shows you how much better everyone else has gotten. Yep,
Darkforce is, of course, our blue Zerg spawning on the left top side of Tal'Darim. They are not playing for nothing, as we just mentioned before. Darkforce can still win $150, and that's pretty much everything that CrazyMoving can win as well, unless a super miracle happens. But most likely, CrazyMoving will still be in. Darkforce is just playing for the money. Darkforce is going to pause the game. I do think that Darkforce is going to try to requalify, because he always enjoyed playing at NASL, at least as far as I experienced. As you guys can see, this is a live game. We did not mention it yet, because we got so many live games, guys, that we didn't mention it. But as you guys can see, Darkforce needs a few seconds. So it must be pretty late already in Europe.
We haven't made our predictions for this game yet, Kev. And, well, before we do, I just have to say, Darkforce pausing this game, the only thing he could possibly be doing right now is heading over to Pinnacle Sports Bet to put some money on himself.
Well, I don't think he would ever do that, Ben. Darkforce is a big gambler, but he's not a cheater. Even though he does like to
put money on himself?
Oh yeah, that's allowed. Yeah, that's allowed. I asked that once. There was like an esports betting site before Pinnacle. Anyway, the game is live again, guys. Let's jump back in game. And yeah, there was like I had to play WCG, and I played against this Korean org Focus. And the guys I knew the guys from that betting site, and they also knew that I was a big bettor, and they knew, or not big bettor, but that I love to gamble a lot. Not in huge amounts, but just a lot of small bets. And I was like, hey, am I allowed to bet on myself? And they're like, yes. Of course, not that you lose, but if you think that you're gonna win, you can do it. I was like, yeah. I put 15 euro on myself to beat the Korean. 3.8 odds, beat him.
Smart.
And they were like, not bad.
Yeah, Darkforce loves to gamble on StarCraft, and Kevin has often said that if you want to bet with Darkforce, you're going to get the best odds when you bet against the guy that he's playing against, or excuse me, against Darkforce when he's playing against somebody, because Darkforce often feels like he is the better player.
As we saw that Darkforce went head first when CrazyMoving went for the standard pool opening. Speed is already halfway done, and the bailing nest is up, so I'm expecting a lot of early game aggression out of our Korean Zerg, Ben, and Darkforce is still sort of in the dark.
He's already in trouble, Kevin, because he's made a lot more drones than CrazyMoving did, and this is already a very difficult map to defend Speedling openings on. CrazyMoving already dancing around the front. He can see that building spine crawler, and Darkforce right away is forced to kind of scramble. He's building as many Zerglings as he can, but he's outnumbered right now. And CrazyMoving just going to back up, probably going to morph those Banelings.
But the good thing is, though, Darkforce is buying time for himself right now, and he has Overlords in position. He saw those 2 additional links streaming across the map as well, and every link that he can spot running across the map is super important, because then you know, okay, if he's making units, I make units, and I hope for Darkforce that he gets that second spine crawler, which he does right now. I did not see the hologram yet, sorry guys. I did not try to make an obvious prediction there, and I think that's a very excellent choice.
Yeah, it's a great move there. The spine crawler is going to help a lot against the Zerglings and against Banelings, but the hard thing against Speedlings on Tal'Darim is just keeping units from running past right up into your into your main base. So Darkforce already positioning his units just for that kind of a situation. So he's gearing up to defend a worst case push. A lot of Banelings already out for CrazyMoving. He's got 8 on the map. That's enough to kill 1 spine crawler and still have Banes left over.
And he's hitting on a pretty good moment, but I still think, it's all going to come down to the Baneling detonation. He just runs by, Ben, exactly what you mentioned.
And the drones are in a very tough position. CrazyMoving is going to get a lot of drone kills here, and that is going to be curtains for Darkforce. GG. That is exactly why Speedling openings are favored on Tal'Darim Altar. It is a rampless map, and it is very dangerous. You can just run past, not unlike PvP, where you have to have a build that is 4-gate proof or 4-gate.
Well, it kind of plays out like that. That is, in a map like this, it plays out so different than, for instance, Metalopolis, where it's a lot easier to hold your ramp, or basically any of the new maps in these cases. Yeah, disappointing first game. Well done, of course, with CrazyMoving. And for a second, I actually thought that Darkforce might have been okay. I really think those 3-4 seconds that Spinecrawler wasn't ready yet made a huge difference. I think if that Spinecrawler is ready and he focuses the Banelings, maybe instead of 6 Banelings running by, it's going to be 3. And then you already have a different ballgame.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. It all comes down to seconds in ZVZ, and this time the chips fell on CrazyMoving's side.
And we still didn't make predictions.
We didn't make predictions, but it's very easy now to say I think CrazyMoving's going to win.
Did you also predict that?
Yeah, I did.
Okay, so did I.
We do our predictions beforehand, guys. Don't worry, we're not cheating. We both chose CrazyMoving to take out Darkforce, but Darkforce still has time to come back. That first game brought to you by Epson Projectors. Short commercial break, and then game 2 when we get back.